walk in the park.
They set a trap. They actually set a trap.
After The Lost World, Jurassic Park 1997, Jurassic Park III is the third movie in the Jurassic Park series and the last of the original trilogy. In addition, it is the first movie in the series not to be directed by Steven Spielberg and the first not to be based on a Michael Crichton novel, albeit Crichton's concepts and characters are included. Now that the events of Jurassic Park are behind him, Dr. Alan Grant is a happy man. Grant declares publicly that nothing on Earth can convince him to return to the islands since he is so happy. Other than Paul Kirby, perhaps, with Dr. Grant as their guide. Kirby and his wife, Amanda, wish to take a plane to fly over Isla Sorna. However, not all of Kirby's statements are accurate. As the jet touches down, Dr. Grant discovers that they are there for another, unknown cause. Now that a plane trip has devolved into a search party, Dr. Grant finds himself stranded on an island he has never visited before. 207 miles west of Costa Rica, Ben Hildebrand, Mark Herlick, and Eric Kirby, Trevor Morgan parasail over the waters close to Isla Sorna. Ben decides to cut the rope before the boat collapses because the crew vanishes and the top of the boat is demolished. He drifts toward the island with Eric. A fresh finding regarding the intelligence of velociraptors is made 8 weeks later by paleontologist Dr. Alan Grant. But he has trouble getting money for his studies. Grant talks with his longtime co-worker Ellie about finding a resonating larynx on fossilized raptor remains. Ellie is now married, has 2 children, and a husband named Mark. Mark, a specialist in international treaty law, is employed by the State Department. According to Grant, the raptor's larynx had a huge evolutionary benefit. He believes that the original velociraptors were more socially intelligent than dolphins, whales, and even primates as a result of this, and his experiences at Jurassic Park. They were able to plan their raids and hunt in large numbers. According to his theory, their descendants, rather than humans, would have taken over as the dominant species on Earth if they had not gone extinct and had instead continued to evolve. Grant claims at a conference that the only thing John Hammond and InGen accomplished at Jurassic Park was to produce genetically modified theme park creatures. He claims he has no plans to travel to Isla Sorna. Billy Brennan, his assistant, replicates the velociraptor larynx using a 3D printer. Grant complains that if further funds is not authorized, he will have to finish his fieldwork in 4 weeks. Posing as a wealthy couple, Paul and Amanda Kirby offer Grant money for his studies in exchange for giving them an aerial tour of Isla Sorna, stating that they have permission to fly over the island. The Kirbys claim to be adventurers who have visited the Galapagos, the K2, and the Nile on the first commercial voyage to the moon. They even claim to have 2 seats. To get Grant to accept, Paul promises him a large check. Grant grudgingly consents and takes off with Paul, Amanda, Billy, and the mercenary Kirbys pilot Nash, Cooper, and Udesky. When Grant finds out that the Kirbys want to land on the island during the journey, he objects, but Cooper knocks him out. When Grant wakes up, he sees that they have touched down. Amanda uses a loudspeaker to call for Eric, but Grant insists that the island is unsafe. Cooper is left behind as he attempts to get to the jet as a Spinosaurus approaches the gang, who board it to flee. Cooper is devoured by the Spinosaurus when it appears on the runway. The plane clips the dinosaur as it avoids the Spinosaurus and crashes into the forest. Nash, who is in possession of Paul's satellite phone, is eaten by the Spinosaurus, which also destroys the aircraft. On the run, the survivors come upon a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but momentarily lose the Spinosaurus. While the 2 dinosaurs fight, and the Spinosaurus kills the Tyrannosaurus, the gang flees and the Spinosaurus reappears. The Kirbys are a middle-class, divorced couple who are searching for their son Eric and Amanda's boyfriend Ben, who vanished on the island. Grant discovers when he angrily confronts them. Because of his prior expertise in Jurassic Park, the Kirbys took Grant along as an expert after government agencies refused to assist them. To their dismay, Grant clarifies that he is just as bewildered as they are because his prior visit was to Isla Nublar rather than Isla Sorna. As they head toward the coast, the group looks for Eric and Ben. Billy picks up the parasail with Ben's body still attached. Additionally, they come to velociraptor nests, and Billy snatches 2 eggs from his backpack. An abandoned InGen compound is discovered by the group. They are pursued by a raptor, which calls in its other members. A stampede breaks out as the humans run into a group of Corythosaurus and Parasaurolophus, separating Grant and Udesky from the rest. Raptors try to entice the others from the tree by attacking Udesky, and they nearly kill Amanda when she tries to come down to assist him. Udesky is killed by the raptors before they leave when their trap fails. In another scene, Grant sees the pack talking and believes they are looking for something. They ambush him as he tries to flee. After using tear gas to defuse the onslaught, Eric shows up and leads Grant to an overturned supply truck where he has been seeking refuge. Billy and the Kirbys are reunited with Grant and Eric the following day. The Spinosaurus then pursues the group, but they are able to lock it out by going into an abandoned observatory. Billy's bag contains the Velociraptor eggs that caused the previous attacks, which Grant discovers. Billy wanted to raise money for their excavation site by selling the eggs. Despite his disapproval, Grant retains the eggs in the hopes that the Velociraptors will spare the group if they are returned. When the group inadvertently enters a sizable aviary that houses pteranodons, the animals attack them and take Eric with them. Billy uses Ben's parasail to save Eric, but the pteranodons attack and appear to kill him. Unaware that the door is unlocked, the other members of the gang flee the aviary. After locating a boat, they head down a river. That evening, the team finds the ringing satellite phone in the Spinosaurus's excrement. Ellie receives a call from Grant, informing her of their location. But the Spinosaurus attacks the boat. The Spinosaurus runs away when Grant lights the boat's fuel. The company heads for the coast the following morning, but the raptors are all around them, while Grant confuses the pack with the replica raptor larynx, and they give the eggs to the raptors. The pack flees with the eggs. When the gang reaches the coast, they discover that Ellie has summoned the Navy and Marine Corps to come to their aid. They learn that Billy has also been rescued, albeit with severe injuries. They watch the pteranodons soar by as they depart the island.